Hello everyone. So my chapter presentation is on Chapter 7. Chapter 7 is Strengthening the Evaluation Design and the Validity of the Conclusions. So to start, we're going to be talking about the validity of evaluations. In this case, validity has a similar meaning to accuracy. Data may be described as valid if the actual conditions are accurately represented. So for example, if we were looking at survey or interview data and the data says that teachers are satisfied with a new teaching curriculum and parents are not satisfied with it, then this data can be described as valid if the majority of those teachers are actually satisfied with the new curriculum and the majority of parents are actually not satisfied with it. Some factors affecting validity. In evaluation, validity and feasibility are often demand different courses of action. For validity, it is ideal to work in an environment where there is an unlimited time, budget, and access to all data. However, this is often not the case. Most of the time, budget is limited, time is limited, personnel is limited, and data is just not always available on hand. At the end of the day, methodological weaknesses owing to real-world constraints can threaten the validity of the evaluation findings. Looking at internal validity versus external validity. Internal validity is seen as the reasons, conclusions about the contribution project and program interventions to explaining observed changes in the beneficiary population may not be valid. External is seen as the reasons, conclusions about the replicability of the project and other contexts may not be valid. Most validity assessments focus on internal validity. Some factors affecting adequacy. The adequacy of an evaluation basically means we are looking if the evaluation is sufficient or not. Some factors affecting adequacy include how well suited the evaluation focus, approach, and methods are for obtaining the types of information needed. So for example, information needs regarding managerial decision making. So does the evaluation focus on program procedures, personnel, and product quality? Does the evaluation design take into consideration infrastructure, resources, training, safety, and access as well as outcomes? The next factor is availability of data sources. So for example, whether the appropriate data exists or can be generated to address the informational needs. Do private records accurately have the information about how, when, and to whom program services and benefits are delivered? Are financial records available and accurate? Have they been audited? The last factor that affects adequacy is how well the data collected will support valid interpretations about the program. So for example, you need to look at the program goals, which program objectives were accomplished. You need to look at how cost effective it was, how accurately and comprehensively did they keep their financial records. And you need to look at the extent delivery of program benefits. So did all the intended beneficiaries benefit as they planned? Moving on to some ways to strengthen validity in interviews and in surveys. So those who conduct evaluator administrated surveys should be instructed to note inconsistencies between interviewee reported information and their direct observation. The next way to strengthen validity is to identify as many possible of the inconsistencies during the interview supervision phase and follow up through the post-interview discussion with interviewers and possible revisits to a sample of respondents. Moving on, you need to define rules for interview coding and analysis of how to address inconsistencies. So for example, whether more weight should be given to one source of data over another source of data. Okay, so that's all. Chapter 7 has a lot of stuff, so I kind of just picked out what I thought was the most important for our class. So thanks for watching.